All right, so we're back, and our next pairing of exercises is going to be the diagonal crunch and contralateral extensions. So for your diagonal crunch, you're going to use your medicine ball. Unfortunately, a dumbbell is not going to work, so if you don't have a medicine ball to use, something like that, then you're just going to use your own body weight, which is fine as well, okay? So diagonal crunch, we're going to take the medicine ball, you're going to hold it right up to your head like that, okay? You're going to keep your elbow back, so you don't want your elbow pulling forward. You keep it back. If you don't have the ball, all you're going to do is hold your hand to the side of your head, keep your elbow back, okay? As we go through this, it's a diagonal crunch, so you're going to come up, and I told you we're not going to be doing typical traditional crunches, and we're not. The thing that we're involving here is a movement where we're bending and flexing, which is part of normal functional movement patterns, but we're also involving rotation. And rotation is a very critical component because, let's face it, as we get older, we sit more, we're less active, we're doing so much less, and we don't use all the movement patterns that our bodies are designed to do. And one of the most important ones that we lose is rotation. So we're going to be involving this rotation pattern. Okay, so you hold the ball to the side like I showed you, and the way you come up is by bringing the same side shoulder towards your opposite hip. So the other arm goes out to the side with the palm up, and then you just come up in a diagonal pattern and right back down. Now you don't have to come up far, just a little bit, okay? So you'll do 10 times, and then you'll switch to the other side and do 10 times the opposite way, okay? When you're laying there, you'll see I had my knees a little bit bent. That's fine. That's just put them where you're comfortable. And make sure your toes are pointed straight up, not out. So our second exercise is going to be contralateral extensions. So we're going to do these just by laying on the floor on your stomach, and you're going to have your arms out in front of you, straight, and then behind me, my feet or my legs are straight, and you're going to have your toes, dig your toes into the floor, and keep your knees straight. So what I mean by that is that your knees should not be touching the floor, okay? So you have straight legs. You'll be down here. So what we're going to do is we're going to lift one arm and one leg a little bit, about a few inches off the floor or so, and then bring them down, and then the other side. Now the goal with this one is to keep your legs straight and arms straight the whole time. I'm going to show you from the side what it looks like so you can get a little bit of a picture of it. All right, so we're here. Go opposite arm and leg and down. Opposite arm and leg and down. Okay, so we're turning on the glute on one side, on the leg that's coming up, and we're turning it on with the opposite side shoulder blade and the mid and upper back muscles on the opposite side. This is very important because this is the movement pattern that's involved when we're up on our feet, walking around, running, moving around. That's the pattern that's involved. It's the hip with the opposite side shoulder that moves. They move in like an X pattern. All right, so we go, again, 10 repetitions on each side on these ones, and 3 rounds is our typical. And then I'll be back again to show you your next sequence.